so one of the key things that you're trying to do, or should be trying to do coming in towards the downswing position, is keep the club head behind the hands. And what this basically means is that if I was coming in towards this sort of downswing position, club head behind the hands like so, not in front of the hands like this. This obviously will produce steepness, and if the club head starts to overtake the hands too soon in the downswing, this is the other reason why you'll get quite scoopy. Now, personally, this is why I prefer to teach what is known as an external rotation, which is the movement that we're referencing inside the video. I think that should happen sooner inside the backswing. So I'm not a massive fan of sort of takeaway positions that delay this, because you're going to have to do this type of movement at some stage. And also when it comes to things like, you know, chipping and pitching, you're going to need this sort of movement to happen much sooner inside the swing anyway. So first things first, my advice would be understand this motion I'm demonstrating here, which is known as an external rotation, because ultimately that's what keeps the club head behind the hands, like so. The more I do this, the more it goes behind the hands. The less I do this, the more the club head goes in front of me. So we want this amount. Now, what happens in the downswing position is there's going to be a bit of rotation, but the way that the club gets onto the back of the golf ball is by the right arm straightening, like so. So a lot of people tend to think from here you've got to do some sort of huge contortion of your body to get the club on the back of the ball. That's not true. It's acceptable for this right arm to straighten, but can you see the way that I'm maintaining this external rotation? It's just as I straighten the arm, the effect looks less. So you can see my forearm is still pointing in the same direction as I'm straightening that arm. And that's why we talk a lot about, you know, these sort of analogies like skimming a stone, or, you know, sometimes even, you know, taking like a chopping kind of motion. This is exactly what you're looking for. What you want to do is externally rotate the club, okay? And then as you straighten your arm, feel like that right forearm points up towards the sky. The club face will feel open, but when you incorporate some rotation and you allow that lead arm rotation to square it at the bottom of the swing, it's going to produce really, really good results. See you soon.